In this video, we're going to be using the Barbus Sport Shaving Cream and the Gold Dollar 200 Straight Razor with a brand new edge. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and we shall redeem ourselves from that crappy lather yesterday. I promise you that. So today we're going to be using the Barbus Sport Shaving Cream. And you're saying probably, didn't you just use Barbus like a week ago? Yes, but it was the classic shaving cream, and this one is the Sport. This one comes to you from Slovakia. So we're traveling the world once again, or at least getting outside North America with the Slovakian shave cream. Sorry for stumbling over my words. This comes when you buy it in a 2-pack from, I'll link the website below. You get 150 grams or 5.29 ounces between both tubes. And that is 5.29 ounces. And the price on that is $18, $3.40 an ounce, which on our cost chart there is a good price. I enjoy using these. Every Barbus product seems to have a clean, fresh scent, somewhere around light to medium, closer to medium than light in scent strength, and they all lather well, and they do well. We'll put the ingredients for you right there on the screen this morning. And again, we'll definitely redeem ourselves on the lather because I've already lathered it up today in the Captain's Choice bowl, and it created some volume, no problem. So I know we're going to get a great shave today. The Gold Dollar 200, I put a brand new edge on this. I had to work quite a bit on this particular razor because the heel just the bevel wasn't set on the heel. I had to take it all the way down to my Atoma 140. Then I took it to the Nanawa 400, 1K, 2K, 3K, 5K, 8K, 10K, and then to the Izuku. So if you're honing, there is the progression. And I think we've done a pretty nice job on the edge, but we shall see. So let's go ahead and wet the face. And this is a little under 24 hours of growth because I'm shaving a little early today, but you can see some growth there. And today I'm going to try something different. I'm going to sort of wet my hands, and I'm going to use the pre-shaved cube and just put a little in my hands and froth it up a little bit and then apply it to my face just to see how that works. And there we go. And let's set that aside and wet the face again, and we'll see if there's any difference, because sometimes what happens is when I use the pre-shaves, I don't get them frothed up quite enough, and they just kind of sit there and get in the way. So let's try this today and see how it goes. We'll wipe off our hand because you definitely want dry hands when you're straight razor shaving. In particular, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And I also want to make a couple of announcements. This Friday coming up, 8 p.m. Eastern time, is Real Talk. I'll put a little image for you right there on Instagram. We're live every other week on Friday, so come and check out myself and So Sharp David. By the way, this is the Wolf Whiskers TSE brush we're using today, and again, no problems with the lathering whatsoever. Also, I want to remind you that we do some videos for the Razor Company, so I'm going to link their YouTube channel below, and there are many nice YouTubers on there doing videos for the Razor Company, and the Razor Company has been so good to help us out with giveaways and so on. So I want to also mention that there's nice content there and also nice written articles, so please check it out. I'll link their YouTube channel below. And finally, I want to send some good vibes and prayers out to CB from CB Shapes. He had a very bad accident. Saw the car on Facebook the other evening. He's recovering well. I think he said he had some broken ribs, bruised ribs, and he's banged up. But fortunately, they did not get injured too severely, but that was a very bad car wreck. So I'll link his channel below, and please send him some thoughts, prayers, and good vibes, if you will. And let's get going with our brand new edge today and see how we did. Very nice so far. You hear the feedback? It's one thing I like about these hollow ground razors, and that is a good edge. I am very pleased with that edge. Wow. We always find out more when we get down to the neck area. But boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now this edge, I am quite happy with. That is very nice Indeed. So my work on the stones yesterday definitely paid off with this razor. And this razor really had a very wonky heel. It just simply wasn't, the bevel wasn't set on it. And I went to work on it, trying to bring down that spine a little bit. The spine, these gold dollars, the spine is often a little wonky, thicker in some spots than others, and that means it won't set flat on the stone. And so unless you fix that, it makes it hard to get certain areas of the blade. And we worked on this one yesterday, and we got it right, because now it's shaving beautifully. So very nice. I just clipped a bump right there, if you're wondering what that is. That's not a cut, it's just a bump that I clipped on my face, and this is a very sharp edge. And I'm very happy with it. So it did take some work, but the work has paid off, and I'm very happy with that. And it's just such a great rewarding feeling when you overcome the problems that some of these gold dollars have, and they often do. You really have to work to overcome some of the wonkiness, but they're very inexpensive. And I think they can teach you a lot of lessons when it comes to honing, because, a lot of times, like I said, they're not going to lay perfectly flat on the stone, and you got to work at it a little bit. So very nice. And as you can see here, no lathering problems today. That was very frustrating yesterday. If you saw the Gentleman's Nod Zaharoff video, that it just would not lather to my liking at all. I use 4 or 5 times more soap than I normally do, and for me that is just absurd, and it was aggravating for me, if I'm being honest. That almost never happens. And then I looked at the ingredients, and there's like 1 million ingredients in that soap. It's not 1 million. I'm I'm exaggerating, but honestly, I just want a soap that lathers, smells great, comes at a decent price, and I want it to be slick. I want it to lather easily, or at least I don't want to have to jump through hoops to make a lather. I want it to be slick, and I want it to smell very pleasant. I don't need 47,000 ingredients and 27 butters in it. It just doesn't do anything for me. And I'm speaking only for me. So artisans, if you happen to be watching this, I just need a soap that lathers well, smells great. I do appreciate a few of the butters in there, but when I see a ton of ingredients, usually, in an artisanal offering, it's just too much. And that soap yesterday, it was just incredibly frustrating. And honestly, it made me want to use something far simpler, even though this Barbus probably has quite a few ingredients in it, but nothing that interferes with the lather. In other words, they don't try to put so many butters and skin foods in it that it just makes it difficult to work with. That just is useless for me. If I want to condition my skin, I can address that in the post. I just don't need a ton of it in the shaving soap. Now, I'm speaking only for me, but I think the constant pushing for the skin food is just really starting to get in the way of making a lather easily and efficiently. Where, I got to keep adding water and doing this and doing that. I don't want to do that. I just want a good lathering soap that provides the needed slickness and allows me to execute a good shave. And if you can put some skin food in there without making it difficult to work with, that's great. But if it's going to be mush and just disappear into the knot, I don't need it, I don't want it. And I just don't like that at all, quite frankly. Okay. Again, we are very happy with our edge. You can probably hear that feedback there, which is music to my ears. I know when I talk about these blades, you'll get people who say they need heavier grinds because they have a heavy beard. And I think when it comes to weight, whether it be safety razors or straight razors, that is a preference thing. Something that's sharp will cut. Something that's sharp will cut. I think the samurai sort of proved that, didn't they, with those thin blades relative to like a Viking sword or axe that were heavy and cumbersome, and then the samurai have these sleek, very sharp swords, and and they magnificently wield them and cut through everything. So, you know, they develop the skill to use those blades proficiently and make them very, very, very sharp. So for me, when it comes to blades, sharpness is just what I need regardless of the grind. And while I prefer hollow grinds, a well-honed wedge will certainly hit the spot as well. I just like this feedback. I think it helps in the shave because you can sort of hear, it gives you just another level of feedback that I find to be quite helpful. And so for me, I just really like these hollow grinds. And some people prefer the others, and that is entirely okay. But weight is really a preference thing. You might prefer it, but for the most part, if you adjust your technique being king really in everything you do all the time. If you're making the necessary adjustments with pressure, either lightening or maybe you have to use a little more, you know, you can shave with light razors. Some people say they can't, but my belief is that if you have a good edge, you can shave it. And I feel the same way about safety razors. I like stainless steel safety razors. I like the weight. But if I have the exact same model in safety razors and the same blade in both, I can shave with both of them. I will just adjust my pressure and technique to accommodate the lack of weight or the additional weight. And so for me, it's not really a problem. It's just a matter of having that sharp blade. That is really key, and technique, at least from my perspective. And as you can see here, no problems lathering it. This is what I want. I just want a lather that hits the spot, that's easy to lather, that I don't have to jump through hoops. And it's slick, and this is. And it smells nice too. And so again, I'll link the Barbus guys website below. Nobody works harder in the community in terms of supporting other people than the Barbus gent. So thank you very much, sir. And as you can see here, the stuff just lathers beautifully. Smells great, and it just hits the spot, and it meets my needs. Now, I understand that my needs, I'm not speaking for everyone, but I'm telling you, I think in some cases the artisans are just pushing too far with the butters and fancy ingredients and skin food, and it's becoming now a hindrance like it was yesterday. And that for me is just very annoying, and I don't need it, I don't want it. So, but again, I'm speaking only for me. I'm not speaking for everyone. So I realize that some people really like more skin food and it's beneficial for them, but I don't need it. And I think in some cases, you know, it gets trumped up to a level that just, I think a lot of it is, you know, if 900 people say it's wonderful and it has more skin food, and you're gonna look 10 years younger after you use it, then people will start to believe it, whether it's true or not. And so for me, I just want the soap to work like many of these traditional soaps. And if you can get some skin food in there while keeping the ease of lathering there, then bravo. But if it turns out yesterday just like it just disappears for whatever reason, then no fly. But we will revisit that soap. But in talking to some other people yesterday, they had a very similar experience, and they were not fans of that base. Now, to be fair, I've used it before, and it worked okay, so I'm just not sure. But it was really annoying, because you pay that much for a soap, you don't expect to jump through hoops to lather it, and so it is what it is. But we're not having that problem today. So this soap lathers easily. It's slick. It's giving me all the things I need. And my edge is doing a great job also. So I'm very proud of that. And we scalped that bump right out of the gate, but really no problems. And I can tell you right now, if you're using a sharp straight or a Chevette, sometimes you're gonna scalp a bumper. At least I will, because I don't really try to go around it. Some people do, but I just knock it on off of there. I don't. It will heal. Now, if I had a skin blemish that was maybe a mole or something like that, or a cut that was bad, I wouldn't go over it. But if it's just a bump like that, I'm just gonna go over it. Very nice. And the edge today, I'm very proud of that edge too. And that was just a nice relaxing shave right there. Just sort of auto-piling it with a very slick soap and a very nice edge. And just, although I spoke about yesterday, it's just in contrast to today. Today was enjoyable, clean, fresh, slick, wonderful edge. Man, this is the type of shave that you want to have, I think. All right, let me rinse and then we'll come back, get into the post. Stay tuned. All right, and we're back with the magic made by witches. And today, this is not as necessary as yesterday. Yesterday, I beat up my face, scrubbing with that, trying to lather that soap. And today, it just, no problems, no face fatigue today. The edge was nice. We whacked off that little bump there. As you can see, there is a bump right there. But boy, that was a really nice shave, I gotta say. The edge, my work paid off. It's now shaving beautifully, so A-okay on that. And of course, we used the Barbus Sport. I think it has chlorophyll in it or something. Clean, fresh scent, lathers easily. You don't have to jump through hoops, which is big with me. We used our Wolf Whiskers TSE brush, which was fantastic. And it was all around just a very enjoyable shave, which is in stark contrast to yesterday, which was just frustrating and annoying. And we hope not to have too many like that. And so we're going to finish it off today with the Barbus Prestige aftershave, which again, I like these Barbus aftershaves. Again, they smell clean and fresh to my nose. And we're just going to be off with a good day today, or great day. Let's not settle for good. Let's make it great. And I hope wherever you are, you have a great day as well. Hope you have a great shave too. Till next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.